Hey there. A little bit of a different setup today. Let me know if the audio is good. It's kind of hard for me to see chat from here, but let me know if the audio is good. Everything looks okay. Hopefully, I know I'm a little bit out of frame for this one. Yeah, so it's a little bit confusing. I'll explain in a second what we're doing here. Just really hope that the audio is good enough. I don't know how loud I have to talk, because the mic is not like super close or anything. But yeah. Alright. So, I should get my phone. So, maybe I should have chat pulled up on my phone because it's really hard to see from over here. What do I do? So, I do building my business live. So, we go through all of the processes of everything that we do, get the business up and running, solving problems. That's today's topic. I'll explain a little bit more about that in a second. Let me just see if I can open up chat on my phone. It'll be a little bit easier for me, I think, if I can do that. Okay. Good, thank you. Is the sound good? I hope the sound is good. Okay, cool. So, anyway, just to finish answering that question, we run a digital marketing agency. We're trying to set everything up from the ground up, like our offer, what we sell, how we sell it, how we're going to get customers, and all that jazz. So, today, as you can see, a little bit of a different setup. For the shorts chat, it's just a little weird. I might be, like, duplicated occasionally. So, don't worry about that. Hopefully, it looks good enough. Let me just see if there's anybody asking anything real quick. AI business? No, it's a digital marketing agency. So we sell Facebook ads with done-for-you sales funnels, including their landing page and stuff, plus an email nurture system. We also help people like build their offers so that they can get more customers in, appeal to more people, you know, that kind of jazz. I feel a little bit more energetic that I get to stand instead of sitting, but anyway, the concept of today's stream is gonna be solving problems in real time. So, clearly we have issues. The issues is we don't have enough leads. Because we don't have enough leads, we need to get more. How do we get more? We're gonna work through that. We're gonna work through what our current cost per lead is. We're gonna determine what we're currently doing, what we should be doing instead, what else we could do on top of what we're doing, if we need to cut anything out. I have like some vague notes prepared for myself as to what I wanted to cover, so that's mostly it. Also gonna have chat on my phone and some other stuff, so lower down the volume of the background music. There's background music. Okay. Background music off. Probably won't need it for this stream. Yes, thank you. Okay. We're gonna have a lot of talking, so I want people to focus. So maybe this stream not the most suited for background music. So anyway, like I said, let me look at my list here that I've made. So we're doing all this in 90 days, by the way. So we are on day 34, I believe. So we have time left 56 days. Okay, so 56 days. So we need to figure out what our biggest problems are. Biggest problem right now, lack of leads, and they probably cost too much. So, that's what we're gonna be fixing. Anyway, I can only have one chat open at a time. Yeah, I turned off the music. Okay, sorry. Can you do sales? What do you like? Do you want me to cover something sales based? What do you want to know? That's a bit annoying that I can only open one chat at a time because I can't have both of them running. I don't know how to set it up so that I could see everything. I might have to lean in, and it's gonna look a little bit strange when I do that. But alas, anyway. Hopefully we'll get to people. Anyway, I probably won't have too much time to answer a lot of questions, but anyway. Okay, sounds good. Cool. Hey, Alabek, what's up? Hey, assistant. Anybody who's new, hello as well. This isn't what the streams usually look like, so it's don't get too used to it. I don't know, maybe I will do more of stuff like this if it goes well. But yeah, the main premise is we need to solve some problems. What are we going to start with? Let me take a look at my list. So, like I said, biggest issue is top of funnel. We are not getting enough leads in. So what are we currently doing to get customers in? Let me write that down. Right now, okay, so run a newsletter. That's number one. Oh, sorry. The music should be off now. Is there still something playing? Hold on. Is it off now? I thought I turned it off. But is it good now? It's good now. Okay, great. Sorry about that. Yes. Business related cybersecurity. No, I don't know what you mean. That's not what I'm doing. If that's what you're doing, then congratulations. That's not like I can't. I don't know what you mean. Give it a little bit more context. Anyway, so first thing we're doing, yes, newsletter. We are doing, um, yeah, email nurture, where we provide value and yes, and then book call. It's a little hard for me to reach that side of the board. Anyway, hope that that's legible enough. So, first thing we're doing, we run newsletters to email nurture system where we provide value to try and get them to book a call. So that's one thing that we're doing. I cannot do live sales calls because sensitive information could be leaked. So unfortunately, that's not possible unless I did it in like a broadcast sort of way where I had the stream like 10 seconds delay or something. Somebody could cut out important information, but I don't have that kind of setup, so I can't do that. Unfortunately, I was thinking at some point of maybe doing sales call analysis after I do them. So that might be a potential concept, but doing them live is just sketchy. I wouldn't trust anybody who does them live because I wouldn't want to work with people who do stuff like that live because you might leak some sensitive information. So anyway, why was my nose so itchy today? What's next on the list? So next thing we do is social media, and biggest issue here is how to monetize. Next thing, cold email. Cold email. So, what's our current strategy? We do a simple loom sort of thing. So we ask for if they want to see a video, loom video. So I need to figure out why this is not working. So that's one thing. And what else? Yes, the VSL on the website. We need to figure out how to get more traffic to that. So that's another thing. VSL, how to get. Thank you for the follow, The Walking Dead. How to get more traffic. Okay, so that's what we're currently doing. Then we're gonna have to discuss what we should be doing. So we'll go through this first. What? You were doing something similar to this? How did that go? And yeah, there's not too many people, but that's not why I'm doing it. I just thought it'd be cool documentation to have. Anyway, so gotta do these one at a time. Okay, so newsletter, email nurture system, provide value, book a call. We're not getting a lot of traffic to the newsletter, so could do more social media content, which brings more people to the newsletter or brings more people to the video sales letter. Now, for the video sales letter, I think the thing that would be best is probably ads, and that's something that we're not doing. We could do ads, and there was one more thing I think I had. Yes, cold calling, right? Let me see the order. Ah, okay, cool. All right, well, similar journey, nice. Okay, so we have some problems in all of these. This doesn't have enough traffic. This has no way to be monetized, so it's just wasting time. Cold email, something is going wrong. It's not converting very well. We're going to go through the conversion rates on that and the positive reply rates and stuff. And besides that, we have the video sales letter, which we also need to bring more traffic to. So I think the best way to fix this problem is to just run ads. That would be the simplest solution. Issue is budget. We have a low budget. So how do we fix that? I need to first calculate what I'm spending on cold email and weigh it against the ads and see which one is better. Because of the limited budget, difficult to do both. So we want to focus on just the one. So let me rub this out. Yeah, beautiful job. Black streaks everywhere. You'll get over it. Anyway, we're gonna go through the offer as well. Yes. Okay, so let me take a look here. All right, so our cold outreach stats are we have 293 contacted in 15 days for 3 weeks. Forgive my handwriting. We have had 2 positive replies, which is poor. And we have had 8 negative replies, which is also poor. So, reply rate is 3.4%, which is not great. And positive reply rate is 0.68%. So, this is bad. Our expected positive reply rate would be around 2%. So, expected 2%. So, what is the problem here? So, the niche that we have chosen is landscaping businesses. So, one of the problems that I was considering is that landscapers probably don't check their emails as much as some other niches might. So they would probably be better suited for cold calling. So I could try to find phone numbers of them instead, although it's a little bit more difficult to find phone numbers. But the benefit is that usually tradespeople, when they put their phone numbers on the website or in their Google Maps or whatever, chances are a lot of the time the owner is the one who answers. So in that case, it might not actually be that bad. So problem one is that landscapers check emails less often. This is potential problem one. Another issue that we currently have is that most of the negative replies are we have enough clients. So that is a common problem. Let me check comments real quick. That's a cool shirt, dude. Thank you. Okay, that is interesting. Do you use AI? I do use AI. I quite like it. I think it's very useful for a lot of stuff. I find it very useful. At least it's great if you know how to use it as a tool. Not so much if you just try to get it to like replace everything. Do you have experience in this field of work? Yes. So I have not like physical experience. So I'm starting the marketing agency from scratch, but I have experience in accounting and in auditing. And I had a little bit of experience in marketing at one of my jobs and employee management, some other stuff. But this marketing stuff I learned myself. I've been studying it for over a year now. I also did 2 years in business management, which included marketing in college. So that's my experience. AI to automate anything. What CRM is best? There is no best CRM. The best one depends on your personal circumstances. So can't answer that question. It really depends. Your handwriting is amazing. It is horrendous. I just hope that you can at least read it. It's quite hard to write with a marker. It's a little bit easier with pen, but whatever. Waffle maker, come on, brother. You're in the wrong stream for that. But there's a clear answer there. Come on, bruv. Let me see what else. Okay, that's it. All right, cool. So let me get my phone real quick. I don't know why my nose is so itchy. It always happens at the worst possible moments. So the other issue is that some leads are not relevant. So I am scraping all of my profiles from Google Maps. Then we use Google Maps to find their emails using their domains. So some of them, because of the nature of Google Maps, are labeled incorrectly. Now I remove as many of them as I think are not relevant. But if I'm doing this at hundreds at a scale at a time, it can be super like difficult, time consuming. So I don't go through all of them. So there are some people in that list who perhaps were architects, designers, whatever, not directly landscapers, and some of those would be thrown off already. The other possible thing is that our lead list is simply shit. So, lead list shit. Let me underline that. So, our lead list could be shit. Because I'm scraping profiles from Google Maps, some of them might not be updated. Some of the emails that we get from the software we use to scrape the emails, which is any mail finder, might not be getting the actual correct email addresses. Maybe they're getting inactive ones. There's a possibility that our list of leads is simply shit. So, sorry, mic is blocking a little bit. There we go, my beautiful shit. So that could be a potential problem as well. Now, the only real solution to any of these is to either increase volume or try different niches. Because I think that the outreach method is good. Now, obviously, of course, I could be wrong, but we don't have enough data to test. So the biggest issue right now is volume. We need to do more. Right now, the reason this took so long, and it took 15 days, is because my email inboxes had to warm up. We've only been running the campaign for, I believe, 2 weeks. maybe this is, no, this is 3 week, yeah, week 3 now. What am I talking about? So we've been running the campaign for 3 weeks, and it took pretty much this whole time to finally get up to 90 emails a day. So from this point on, this will send 90 emails a day. It started at like 6, then like 12, and it just worked up its way up the scale. Now it's going to be at 90 a day, so we're going to be chucking through them faster. On top of that, I bought some extra email inboxes and extra domains, which I want to warm up as well, so that we can get to 300 a day. The biggest issue with that is I need to figure out how much all of this is costing me. So that's what we're going to be doing next. I need to figure out what the current cost per lead is, and if we increase the volume, how much it would improve by. So let me check for any questions. Sorry, man, don't worry about it. How much are YouTube Shorts paying? They don't pay. I don't have monetization on YouTube. I'm doing this for documentation purposes, not for making revenue off of YouTube. We're solving like actual problems within the actual business right now because this is the only thing that can work out. So let me check if there's any other chats. I'm on Twitch, but this YouTube chat is kind of crazy. Yeah, sometimes. Anyway, yes, I moved the microphone. Should be good now. Anyway, let me remove all of this. We're going to calculate how much these leads are costing us. I don't have all the figures here, but off the top of my head, I'm going to try to remember how much I'm paying for all of my subscriptions and stuff. So, 300 emails, approximately. So it was, let me check again. 293 emails. So, 293 emails. Let's just say it's 300. So, make the calculation a little bit easier. It's not like it's a huge difference. So, 300 emails is 30 euro. 300 verified emails is 30 euro. I have a make.com subscription, which is about 9 per month. This is per month as well. Besides that, we have Instantly, which the plan of is 37, I believe. Is 37. What else? I bought the domains. I bought one domain for that. The domain was 15 bucks for the full year, so I'm just gonna ignore that as an expense. That's like €1. Who cares? And it's not a recurring cost really because it's so far in the future, so it doesn't matter. Professor K, we doing math now. We are doing math. This is correct. What's your offer? We'll get to that a little bit later. I actually want to work on it. I want to change up our money model a little bit to see if we could get more people in. Right now, the offer is we have a 750 euro paid trial. You get 30 days. You get a website, done for you Facebook ads, a landing page, email nurture system to convert clients. That's the current offer. And then if you want to upgrade beyond the 30-day mark, which by then we'd be able to get you results, you can pay for the full system so you keep it. It's not a recurring model. So that's what we have right now, but I'm going to probably evaluate it. I don't know how much we're going to get through, so we'll see. Okay, so next thing, 300. We got 2 positive replies. So 2 leads. One of them was kind of shit because they said they already have a good amount of customers, but they're interested anyway because they have a second business, so it wasn't too great. But I just want to check my CPL right now, the cost per lead. That's the most important thing that I want to figure out right now. No more. Yeah, good night, Vishy. Thanks. So 2 positive reply. Okay, actually, let me finish the expenses first. So that doesn't count anything. The domain. The next thing we have is the monthly payment for the inboxes, which I was using 3 inboxes at the time. So 3 inboxes is 15 per month. Am I paying anything else? ChatGPT, but it's not super high. I think to get all of those done is probably like $5 of credits, maybe a little bit less, but Let me add it. Chat GPT is about 5 months. What else? I believe that's it. Yes. So add all of these up. Now, I'm not retarded, don't worry, but I would prefer to avoid mistakes. So I'm just gonna use a calculator. It's not because I'm stupid, I promise. 96 per month. That's what we're paying right now to contact 300 people. This is very poor, very bad. But this also includes the fact that the email had to take a little bit of time to warm up to being its full potential. So that was one of the problems. Let me check for comments. We're doing maths. Yes, we are doing maths today. This is true. So add 2 positive replies. You know, most business problems can be solved with math. So that is horrendous. This awful. 48 cost per lead. Really bad. For anybody who doesn't know cost per lead, this is essentially how much it's costing us per interested person. This is really bad. So I don't know how much volume we'll be able to fix this because the volume would mostly be, I mean, I guess we could just do the math on it. So yeah. Okay. Let me, I don't know if I can reach over there very easily. So let's just, what will we do? If we increase that to 300 emails a day, or 300 people contacted a day. Hold on, let me think this through real quick. So that's for 300 emails. Sorry, 300 contacts, that should say, not emails. This is for 300 contacts. We have sent over 700 emails. Contacts. So, if we want to contact a lot more than that, so I want to be able to send 300 emails a day. 300 emails a day with 2 follow-ups will be 900 emails. So to contact 300 people would take us 3 days. Let me think that through again, just to make sure I got that right. Okay, so I have 3 messages I send in my campaigns to contact 3. If I send 300 emails a day, I will contact 300 people in 3 days, so 100 a day, which means about 2,000 people contacted in a month-long campaign, which only runs on the weekdays. So 2,000 contacts would cost us 200 a month. Make.com would cost us, yeah, probably proportionately the same. So 9 divided by 300 times 2,000, 60. The instantly sub will be the same. We would need 10 inboxes. So 10 inboxes would be 50. And then ChatGPT would probably proportionally increase as well. So we're not going to reduce our CPL by much, clearly. 10, what am I looking at? Yes, ChatGPT divide 300 times 2,033. So 33 plus 200 plus 60, 37 plus 50 is 380 per month. And then the positive replies, we could expect, based on these current statistics, to have 13. Which is a 29.23 CPL. Okay, so it is better, a significant improvement, but it's still hot garbage. It is still super mega stinky. You have a paying client already. We have a client on a revenue share model. What are you doing this for? I'm just showing how I go through my thought process of how I think through problems. Cost adds up. Yes, it does. Hey, Bussit, what's up? Your voice isn't audible. It is. Okay. I don't know. You can argue about that. Hold on. Let me see. Do you have an idea to reduce the expenses? Can we talk about it in person? Really playing with the economy. Well, I don't know if we can talk about it in person. Do you live in Spain? If not, then no. But if you meant privately, you can join the Discord. It's in the actually on Twitch. It's not anywhere. You can find it on the YouTube channel. I can't paste it in right now. Sorry. You can find it there. Okay, so this is still horrendous. We don't like this. So I'm thinking of quitting cold emails and doing ads instead because I could get a much better CPL on ads. I was doing this because I figured it would be significantly cheaper. It could also be our lead list. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna get a lot more data when I do the LinkedIn emails because I have a bunch of emails which I got from LinkedIn and a bunch I got from Google Maps. I started with the Google Maps ones. Now I'm gonna be doing the LinkedIn. So I'll see. Maybe the positive replies will increase, and if that's the case, then we will adjust. But for now, it is horrible. So I think I'm just gonna finish up the rest of the plan that I have and sending the rest of the emails I have already purchased. And then we'll see where to go from there because this is bad. So the next thing that we want to do is we want to make sure that we start ads. We're going to have to write some kind of advertisement because I could bring that down significantly. When I ran ads before, we got a CPL of like 10, which is more than almost triple that. You know, it's 3 times better. So, and that's with the scale. Right now, it would be almost 5 times better. So this is clearly not a good strategy right now. Could also try different niches. That's another option. But yes, there needs to be changes is the main concern. So, do I have anything else here? Okay, so the funnel. Right. So if we're going to be doing ads, we need to think through our funnel. Ugh, itchy nose. So we advertise at 20 bucks a day. Then 30 days, 20 bucks a day is sure something. It's a lot. Probably too much for me. So maybe a 2-week campaign would be better. And I don't know if I should. Yeah, if we run on the weekends too, then I don't know. But like probably 10 to 20 bucks. I'm just gonna say ads 10 to 20 day. The CPM for a broad audience would be about 20 to 30 probably. So per day, approximately, we're probably going to reach about 1,000 people. So, I'll just do 20 per day. Make the math a little bit easier. 20 per day equals about if the CRM is 20 to 30, so about 1,000 to like 750 people or something. Normally you write the smaller number first, but alas. Anyway, so per day, if we run that for 2 weeks, then it could be about 14,000 to, I'm just going to use a calculator. 750 times 14, 10,500. So equals, yeah, 14 to 10 people. That's not too bad, and our total spend is going to be, total spend is going to be 280. Okay. We're going to have to work through our funnel as well. We'll see what's the most likely funnel to work out. I'm going to have to redo my video sales letter. I'm leveling up my cold calling almost 2 years now. Start doing it myself. Nice. Kind of suck trying. Yeah, it always sucks in the beginning. It really does. Like, I don't like cold calling at all. It really is just being human. Like, I remember when I was learning sales, I feel like most people are kind of naturally okay at sales, but when they start learning it, they hit like a dip first before they improve. I think they get worse and then they get better because it makes you pay more attention to what you say, but you become a lot more robotic. And then the more you start to learn that, hey, it's actually just being a normal human being and knowing how to ask questions, then your skill level starts to surpass what you were at before you started. Kind of weird. Which ads platform? I do Facebook ads. But I'm trying to learn Google ads as well. It's just very different. So, current revenue at the moment, zilch. Still early. It's been 3 weeks. It's day 30. Well, actually, over 4 weeks now. Losing track of time. Uh, Spilled water all over myself like a jackass. Fantastic. What are you planning to launch? Where are you planning to launch your campaign? Meta. Overcomplicate to oversimplify. Yes. Okay. So that should get us much better results than now. So we had like, yeah, it was 22. What was the CPL again? Like 29 something? Something like that. I could probably get cost per lead down to about 10 or less if we do a lead magnet. Depends on the seed audience, how well that goes, obviously. But just be conservative, let's just say 10. So we should get about 28 leads. 28 good leads with an email nurture system. Could probably get about 20% of those to book a call. So about 28 leads, about 20% to book a call. So about 5-ish, I'll just round up. About 5 to book a call. And then a conversion rate of another 20%, one client. This is being fairly conservative. So if we're spending 280 to get one client and we charge them $750, then we're doing well. So I don't know. I need to think through my current offer because right now I think it's fine, but I could really use something that's more attractive to bring the cost per lead down. I want to be able to get as many leads as possible, even though some of them are going to be less qualified, some of them are going to be not that interested. Kind of, kind of just said the same thing twice. I think we're in a position because of how low the budget is and we can't afford to test too much. I think that getting the most amount of leads possible makes the most amount of sense. So I need to have like a better offer to to convert and to get more leads in. So I'm not gonna pitch the offer. For leads, we're gonna run a lead magnet. We're gonna go to the VSL training. That should bring our leads up higher than that, maybe double. Um, but it might reduce our close rate a little bit. So we want to pump up the close rate as well. So we want to have a simpler offer for people to be able to opt in with. So 750 might be a little bit steep for shittier quality leads. But that also depends on the video sales letter. So this is always where you got like a lot of this stuff is just testing. So when you have such a small budget, it's always a pain in the ass because you have to cut corners and you have to kind of pray for the best. So we want to give ourselves the best chance possible. If I qualify too much in the video sales letter, we're going to get less leads through, but they're going to be higher quality. But then at the same time, if we get worse leads in and then we qualify them through something like email nurture systems, then it'll be better. But it's hard to know which one does better. So we're probably just going to go middle of the road somewhere. So like video sales letter between 5 and 10 minutes, say, and just have a good pitch at it. The biggest thing that I'm concerned about is in the video sales letter. I don't know if I should pitch an offer with the price or not. It would. The thing is, it's pretty standard practice to not have the price, but having the price in an industry like this, I think, could be really valuable because if the price is like easy enough to opt into, so maybe we could just lower the initial price of the opt-in, then we could display the price and badmouth the people who don't show the price. So that's what I mean is that it can be a competitive advantage because most marketing agencies do not give their prices up front because they want to take as much money as possible through every person. So it's easier to do that when you can gauge somebody's specific situation and figure out how much revenue they have and then make a decision based off of that. So what we could do is we could badmouth them. We could go like, okay, look, other marketing agencies hide the prices because they want to extort you, because they want to lie to you. But we don't do that, and we actually have a low commitment offer. It's a trial for 30 days. You get clients in. When you get the clients in, you you can decide if you want the full thing. If not, if you're not getting the clients in, we can offer a money back guarantee. So that would be a pretty good attraction offer. We get rid of the people who are completely broke, maybe charge something like 500 bucks, something like that. So get rid of the people who are completely broke. Um, so that improves the quality of the leads a little bit. But we also, yeah, at 500, I think would be fine. I'll have to think about it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to figure out exactly what we're going to be doing today, but yeah. Anyway, give me a second. I'm going to get some water and yeah, no, that's it. I'm just going to get water. So give me a second. Don't talk bad about competitors hurts too much. We are not talking bad about competitors. This is different. We're not gonna be like, oh, don't go to this guy. They have shit service. No, that's not. What you do in this case is you discourage other options. So it's essentially you're saying, why would somebody choose you instead of somebody else? And that's a perfectly normal, common thing to do in everything. You can see it in basically every single advertisement, at least the good ones. So no, it's fine. We're not talking about any people specifically. We're just saying, look, other marketing agencies hide the price. We don't. So you should buy from us instead. You're brave for doing this. Yeah, I appreciate that. I know I'd get a lot of hate for it, and a lot of people would make fun of me, but it's all good. Look, we all start somewhere. At one point, Elon Musk was doing this shit. Probably. So, except he was probably doing this shit at like 12. I'm a little late to the party, but the whole point is everybody starts somewhere. You can't be afraid of that, you know? The thing is, the biggest reason the people hate on stuff like this, and they're like, oh, you don't know enough to do this, you don't have enough experience, it's mostly because they're jealous that they can't do it, or because that they're too afraid to do it. Because that's the biggest difference maker, right? If everybody could do it, and if it was easy, and there was no stress, you didn't have to worry about anything, you didn't have any doubt, didn't have any anxiety, everybody would do it, right? But then it wouldn't be special, and then who cares? Wouldn't matter then. So fine. I'm gonna make mistakes. Maybe I'm gonna fucking write down a number wrong. Who cares? You live and learn. That's part of life, right? Experience as many things as you possibly can. Anyway, we need to think through our funnel. So let's do that. I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing for this, but we'll see if we can figure it out. We need a good model making money. What kind of service are you focusing on, or is the physical product? Facebook ads with the sales funnels to get service businesses more clients. That's our product. Okay, where do I start? So I guess I could probably start thinking through the sales letter. Sorry, the funnel of the advertisement. So you have the ad brings you to landing page. Opt-in, which brings you to DSL training, which brings you to book call. Now, at this step, email nurture to book call. So the key points here, this will get us the most amount of leads. So if we don't have a direct offer, this will get us the most amount of leads. Direct offer is like kind of easier to gauge how much you're going to get out of it, but it's also going to bring you in less people, because as soon as people see the price per shit, they're usually no longer interested. So, well, if the price is too big, but also they're not interested if the price is too small, because then it seems fake. So we're going to do it the lead magnet way. We're going to give people free training. So the ad is going to talk about something like how you get clients easily. The training will give them the system, and then also try to encourage them to book a call so they could learn more. The email nurture system is going to do the same. Give them more value, get them to trust us. So the key point of the email nurture system is to build trust. So the best way you can build trust is by giving a lot of good, valuable information that somebody can implement into their business fast, that will give them good results. So we're going to have to set up a really good system for that, to teach people, okay, what is it that you can do fast? the speed is really important because if you give somebody a huge long to-do list, nobody's going to do it. Nobody's going to trust you. They might think you know what you're talking about, but they won't actually believe you. So we want to build trust. So the way we get to build trust is we say, look, do this one thing. It'll take you 2 minutes. It'll make you more money. We're going to have to focus on something like that for the email nurture system. Now, is there anything else that we could do? So what's the actual model, I guess, once we're on the call? Because I'm probably not going to. Maybe if we come up with a really good offer, then it might be fine to pitch occasionally. Oh, jeez, voice break. Started to sound like that. What was that guy? Fucking. Oh, the guy who voices that one dude in Family Guy. I can't remember the. Hey Peter, you know that guy. Patrick Warburton. There we go. Anyway, so what's the offer? I guess the offer then is the biggest problem. This is a pretty simple funnel. The issue is the offer. The offer for the training is going to be how you get like more clients in or 5 more clients or something. I'll have to think about that. But the core crux of it is how do we convince people? We need to build trust and convince people that they need our product. So this is going to be our attraction offer, which is just get the training. Then we need to have some kind of offer that's very low threshold that wants them to makes them want to buy it. So obviously, yeah, very great wisdom coming out of me. We got to make an offer that people want to buy. Yes. Hey Arson, hey Vivek, what's up? Must try. Try what? Okay. Anyway, so in terms of the offer, I'll just leave that up for now. I guess we have some space here. Currently, the offer is current 750 paid trial. For some people, that's a little steep. So it shouldn't be for. Okay, the thing is, for business owners, this is nothing. This is extremely cheap. They're making this very easily. So the issue really is the lack of trust. And it's also the fact that people are predisposed to not want to spend money. That is another option. So we need to somehow come up with a way to make an offer that's so good people can't say no. So, like, that's a Alex Hormozy principle. Make an offer is so good people can't say no. This is not an offer that's so good people can't say no. Even with all of the stuff that I provide in the actual service, which is a speed guarantee, which is a certain amount of clients that we work for free, this is not enough for a lot of people. So we need to have something that's easier to opt in with. Maybe some kind of free trial. Hey Gordon, what's up? Maybe some kind of free trial, like a 1 week or 2 week free trial, because that way we could get customers in. That would help. But a lot of people might also not like believe you. But I guess actually, if it's in the email nurture, if we give this in the email nurture and not the training, then it would be fine. Because then people would trust you more about the free trial from the emails than they would from ads, because they've already gotten some stuff from you. They would have already seen you around a little bit, so it'd be easier to pitch that. So the price is not the offer and it's too low. The price is not the offer. This is correct. But most people are really stingy on price. And people who shop around, who don't pay too much attention to what they get, focus way too much on price. I understand this as the principle. This is too low for what they're getting. I know this. But we don't have the social proof to be able to charge whatever we want. So we need to remember, we have a small budget. So we need to make sure we get as many fairly qualified people as we possibly can. So what we need to do, instead of pitching an offer that has a lot of stuff in it that's very expensive, we need to give a low purchase threshold, where they still get a lot of value, but then we upsell them something afterwards. So that way we still get the money that the system deserves, but we don't force people to pay it up front, which is more likely to work out. So that's my thought process behind that. The offer is good. It just needs to be presented in a slightly better way. Um, the offer is the main bulk of the offer is you'll get 5 or more new booked jobs in your calendar in 30 days, or will work for free until you do. So it's basically guaranteeing the result of 5 or more clients, which this is very small investment for the people we're going to be working with. Because we predominantly want to work with people um, who are selling services which are worth like 1,000 or more. So that'll be like 5 grand in their bank account. But the whole idea is that this is a trial. Like, just to run you through the current offer, the whole point is that this is a trial. So you pay this amount in 30 days, you get the 5 clients, and then you can pay for the full system, which is more expensive, and then you get to keep it. So at that point, they're already convinced. They have the system. This is already more than paid for itself, so they would want to buy. Low trust will throw a crazy guarantee. Yes, the guarantee is 5 will work for free until you get the result, or money back. I still haven't decided. I would prefer the work for free, because then at that point I don't lose anything. But I think it might be easier to just go with a money back guarantee. Which be like, look, 750 pay trial, you get this kind of result. If you don't, we'll just give you your money back. If you do, you can pay for the full system and get the whole thing. Something like that. Anyway, let me see some of the other chats. Ghostwriting earlier, but the ghostwriters many clients offer them help in writing. Your business model allows you to go ad agencies and offer a helping hand. They already have clients. Yeah, maybe it's another strategy. It is definitely possible. Yeah, holiday teacher. You're on holiday. How's that going, Simon? First offer full price, then present another option at half price initially, deliver value, and if they don't get value, you refund. If they get value, they pay remaining amount. Yeah, kind of like that. But the thing is, what you're saying makes sense if we're pitching on the call. Then I understand. It's like, okay, here's this price objection. Like, okay, we could offer you a trial or a finance option or whatever. I get that as a principle. It'd be a little bit harder to do in the emails, though. It could still work, but it could throw a lot of people off. On the call, since you already have them there, you can kind of like discuss it. They're not just gonna click the button and go off, but somebody might in the email, somebody might see that and just go like, "Well, fuck this guy," and leave. So I'd rather have control over that. Um, but yes, as a principle, yes. Yeah, I saw the ghostwriting thing. Um, you're not wrong. It's just I'm wondering how difficult that would be to set up because again, not much time. So we need a lot of speed, and we also need, uh, yeah, need it to work out. So I don't know how easy it would be to set that up. Is the problem because I don't know about doing that. But it could be a secondary thing I do. Perhaps I could pause some of the other things I'm doing and focus on this. Perhaps. But yes, so I really don't know. This is one thing is the easiest way to know is to test. But when you don't have the means to test, it becomes a problem because then you're just guessing. So that's kind of the issue here. It's annoying how psychology is so confusing because it's like if you're too expensive, people aren't going to want to buy, but if you're too cheap, people aren't going to want to buy either. You have to find the sweet spot, but that's hard to do without testing. So, yeah. What's the business? Digital marketing agency for ads. Joined late, tell me the content. So I'm just thinking through the process of what I'm gonna do to get more leads because their biggest problem right now is leads. So the email campaigns we're running are shit. They're giving us shit results and they're very expensive. Right now, it's 48 euro cost per lead, which is horrendous. And even if we scale, it would still only be like 29. So ads will do much better than that. It's also easier to have an email nurture system from ads than from the Loom videos because you piss people off less because they opt in. So they're kind of expecting you to be there. So, yeah. Calculating CPLs to offers and funnels. Yes, correct. So now I'm just trying to think through what's our best method of converting as many people as possible. That's the main crux of it. Simple funnel. We need a good offer. Funnel is fine. This should work okay. But then the offer is the problem. You need to decide, do we go low? Do we go middle of the road? Do we go high? Where do we pitch? Do we pitch in the emails or do we pitch on the call? Do we do a little bit of both? Maybe we pitch different offers in the different places. It really depends. Like it's hard to know. Like I was saying, testing is the best way you could do it. But when you don't have the budget to test, it becomes a problem. Free promotional giveaway or even charity donation gimmick. The thing is, the free stuff, selling free stuff is just as hard as selling paid stuff. So I don't think that's the best prerogative, especially like in some instances it can work better than for this because when you think about marketing, they still have to put up an investment. Well, I guess with other things you still need to put up an investment of time and stuff, but it's literally monetary investment. So to give something free to somebody where they're still gonna have to pay some money to get the ads running, I don't think makes too much sense. Again, the issue here is we don't have the budget to test. The people are there. I don't know much about Discord. Where? This are making an AI smart lab would come in handy with finding logistics and analytics. Yes, this is true. Using AI could create mock-ups or promotional drafts. Yeah. So I just don't know. Like how low? Like I need to just make sure I structure it in a way. The VSL. I want to use the VSL to my advantage. I think that if we focus predominantly most of our effort on this for the pitch, we're gonna do well. Especially if like it's an option. Like we can either pitch in it or not. If we pitch, it needs to be a really solid pitch. It needs to be like, look, you're gonna get all this. How much would it mean to you to make this amount of money in a year? So we charge this amount, or actually, how much would it cost if you had all this? So conservatively, this. Bring the price down from like, just keep talking about it. Go like, well, how much would it be worth if you got 5 extra clients a year? You're worth this much. Well, we're not charging this much. We're charging less. How much would it how much would it mean to you if you saved one extra person per year, which would conservatively be at like 50 grand? And then, you make your way down. You're like, okay, well, we're not charging that. Maybe we're charging this. Oh, but what would it mean to you to do this? No, but actually, we're charging just $2.99 for trial. That kind of, if we do that kind of like pitch, might work for this, but it might not depending on the leads that come in. It's a huge amount of qualification because like a lot of people aren't going to get through the pitch, especially if they don't trust you and they're just there for the training. So I feel like I need to warm people up. But this is where it's like feelings versus logic, like not being able to test kind of creates these problems. Doesn't get me done in Discord if they have the platform and the people where you can ask general people these questions. So are you doing a percentage deal then on returns? Well, the whole idea is like I could do percentage, and maybe that's a good offer. I've seen some people do that and they're getting away with it. Wouldn't be my ideal choice, but seems like it's working for some other people. So maybe we could do a percentage, like a revenue share model of some kind. But that has its own downside. Some people be like, well, you're going to be making a lot if we scale, which is true. So they've all got their own problems. It really depends on the audience that you reach. But yeah. All right, give me a sec. I need to blow my nose. Give me a second. Great name. I saw that right in front of my face. Your mom's new man. Fucking great name. So stupid. What are you saying? Get water and blowing noses at bathroom break coming. So you've just been sneakily waiting around in here, huh? Nah, no bathroom break. I pissed right before stream. Don't worry about it. Just keep getting like a super itchy nose. I wonder if like maybe these particles are like going in the air or something and they're irritating me. It's really bothering me. Focusing on how that's a good problem to have for the customer is always a valuable play. Yeah, this is true. Maybe you're right. Maybe I should do some kind of revenue share model. But it's also so much more stressful. But at the same time, it's just because we want to get customers in, and that might be the most amount of customers that we could get in. But at that point, when you have that kind of offer, you also start to run into like too good to be true issues. So that can also be a little bit confusing. Hey, Flow Artist, thanks for the sub. Appreciate it. First time chatting here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, great name. Love it. Maybe a revenue share would be best. All right, let's go through our options then. Maybe that might be good. Let me rub all this out. My model is I give them 4 months of service, 15-minute video call, four of them, and I charge $120. Hey, thanks for the zub. The zub? What the fuck? I read the Z's and my brain got confused. Yeah, thanks for the zub. The zuck zub. Um, my model is giving 4 months of service, 15-minute video call, four of them, and I charge one 15-minute call a month. And what do you talk about? The consultation of some kind. That's another thing I wanted to talk about. I was thinking of trying to monetize some of the YouTube stuff. Like I know this is like really on the nose, right? Because you're all watching this. So it's quite funny how it's like I'm talking to you about what I'm going to try to do to get you to give me money. But it's not that like I want to take from people. I was thinking I have a lot of like notes down on a lot of this stuff. A lot of time I've spent compiling notes, learning. I was thinking I could set up some kind of maybe small monetized school community, something really cheap, like 5 or 9 bucks a month or something, and put up content there. Because some people do come in and chat where they seem like interested in learning about stuff but don't know where to go. So to have a really low commitment like that for a school community could give me a little bit of income and could help a lot of other people as well. So that might be good. Could do that on top of the ads. Um, your Discord invite in the bio is broken slash invalid. Ah, fuck. Okay, probably because I didn't change the description. Hold on, I'm gonna fix that now. Secured any sales yet? No sales, but we have one client on a revenue share model. Cannabis cultivation. I swear you're the second person now that I've seen doing some shit with fucking weed. What is it with you? All the people with weed got fucking customers. It's like cheat code or something. Do the same thing. Discord appears. All right, nice. Let me fix the Discord link. It's kind of annoying that I can't like send shit in chat. For some reason, doesn't work from my OBS, so I have to open the streams manually. Really sad stuff. updating the description on both videos. There you go. And let me just paste them in chat as well since I'm here. Both videos. There you go. Here's the link in chat. And here's another link in chat. There you go. And then I updated the descriptions as well, so it should be fine now. Oh, you're the same guy. Okay. Okay. I was gonna say make the price something familiar to the customer, like perhaps a Netflix subscription or AAA. Yeah, maybe. The problem is that you'll be facing is Discord as an active community that are doing exactly what you're doing, and we do it for free and share this business information across the board despite the business. Yeah, that's fine. But like, why do you think there are plenty of people who do this as well and get paid millions? You have to realize that a lot of people just don't know these communities exist, and that's fine. And plus, it really depends on the information being shared. Like, sometimes the way somebody says something can matter. Sometimes just having a hub there where everything is streamlined can matter. So sometimes if you have too much information, it can be overwhelming. It's like saying, well, uh, there's Netflix, so why would you ever buy any other subscription? Well, I guess in that case they don't have everything, but anyway, like just because some other service exists or some other place exists where you can get information as well, it's not like that community is not funneling in every single person on Earth, because otherwise all of the other consultants would be broke, right? So make sure you're using the permanent Discord, not a static. I think I had a permanent link up. I don't know why it's broken, but whatever. Maybe I just need to take a look at it again. In Virginia, they made growing a certain number of plants illegal, and I run properly, get them to pain. But please explain how to use a compass to find the direct midpoint, please. I don't have a compass with me. I can't show you. Sorry. I haven't used fucking mathematical equipment in a long time. Sometimes I wonder how much math I still remember from school. Midpoint of a line. Brother, I don't know. I have no idea. Don't ask me. Draw a circle or some shit. Isn't it like that? Like you have a line. I don't remember shit, but like you have a line, you put the compass like something like this, draw fucking two circles or something, and it gives you the midpoint or something. I don't remember. Like you draw like my brain is just trying to come up with shit, see if I remember it correctly. Like you draw. Does that work? No, that doesn't work. And you put it on this side. Or maybe you go like, nah, I don't know. I have no clue. I'd have to think about it. It's been a long time since I've done shit like that. Let's say you charge me $500 a month in rent compared to being able to grow 4 plants. You always have very interesting ideas, Alabek. Anyway, what were we about to do? Yeah, our options. So we have retainer. We have one time. We have a hybrid as well, but I'm not going to write that. We have a paid trial. We have a free trial. We have a profit share, which I'm including like revenue share and stuff like that in it. Those are the main ones, right? So free trial and profit share are probably the most attractive. Paid trial probably second most attractive, and then these are least attractive. I've been looking but the problem is I have to get complex. The model already written down for stuff. Sorry. Nice. You fucking weed dudes. Good for you though. I hope it works out. Whatever it is you're planning. Where do you live, by the way? Do you live in America? If so, what state? business building journey going on. It is. Yes, that is exactly what's going on. How does a business where you manage restroom attendees? What? Like the dudes that stand there and fucking give you soap or something? I have no clue. Missouri. Alright. It'd be easier for me to rent trailer. Imagine it'd be harder to design. Anyway, these are the models. So we have our option of guarantees as well. We could have a work for free guarantee. We could have a money back guarantee. Service guarantee, money back guarantee. Could have anti guarantee. Probably not going to do that though. I think paid trial with money back guarantee would probably be a pretty low threshold thing, especially if it's pitched well. So might go with that. And then upsell into a one time. Yeah. Something like that. So I'm thinking maybe paid trial. Just to recap on their current offer. Right now, so paid trial, $750 with money back guarantee. Back guarantee. And then we get them results and give them the one-time offer. Or maybe a retainer offer. Because this is like, if you give a money back guarantee with like a really, really low sum of money, they don't really give a shit. So I think having enough money for it to matter, but not so much that it's like extortionate. This is like a pretty good in between, I think. So it's like low investment, and even if the low investment doesn't work out, you get your money back. In this period, we get them the results that they want, and when they do, we're like, okay, if you want to keep this whole system going so you can keep getting these results infinitely, you get either the one-time fee where you keep the system or a retainer where we keep managing it for you. Perhaps I could have a free trial as a downsell. If I have people on a call, but that, what's the, I wonder how well it works if you have two downsells, and I'm wondering if it would make somebody like feel like you're desperate. Like if I had a paid trial, they're like, oh, I don't want to do that. I could be like, okay, well, look, we give you a free trial for a week where we set everything up for you. That's like one downsell. But then I'm like, okay, what if we have the one time and we have the person on a call? The one time can be something like 5 grand or 4997. 49. That's a 4997. And if they're like, oh, that's way too much, I could be like, okay, well, look, if that's an issue, we could try to ask them, like, look, you could do financing for a year. Maybe that would be better rather than a paid trial. But that also includes commitment. How much would that be? 4997 split over a year. 4997 interest free 416. So could do a downsell. Let's go through these different versions. So we're on the call. We pitch the price of 4997 for the full system. They say, okay, let's say they're not happy with that. We could offer financing at about 416-ish per month for 12 months. Or we could do a downsell to a paid trial with money back at 750 or we could offer a downsell to a free 1 to 2 week trial. This is an option as well. Okay. They're talking about weed. What if you just say no cost, bro? Just get your clients and pocket 40% profits. The issue with that is that that's a lot of profit, and they're not going to be happy with that. And it also kind of like, look, it can work. I'm not saying it can't work, but there are issues no matter what it is that you decide to do. Where it becomes incredibly beneficial, where people play extra money is if you provide cameras. Okay, still talking about weed. It's a high confidence, big doc offer will convert crazy. Yeah, I think that that's fine. Like, I don't have issues with confidence. You should try weed is great. I'm good, brother. Isn't there a statement that's like you shouldn't smoke what you sell or something like that? Everybody who smokes weed says it's great, but everybody I've met who smokes weed is a loser. I hope you're not. You at least are making like bank out of it, so clearly you're way better than most of the people I've met, but yeah, just from my experience, that's the problem. I've seen play a new game on Steam Schedule 1, yeah. That's for crack. What's for crack? All right. Not sure about stacking any of these because there's a point where you start to sound desperate. So I'm like, okay, here's this. We do financing. Don't want financing. Okay, how about pay trial? No. How about a? You just start to sound desperate. So probably should pick one of these. This financially makes the most sense for me. It's also the lowest upfront cost for them. Um, but then the issue is like, what if they're not happy with the system and they want to cancel? So that would get some people put off. That's why I think the free trial is good. Yeah, I think that uh, I would definitely use this model if I didn't have budget issues and see how it would work out. I would test it out. I'm a family man. Cannabis is my passion. I've seen a lot of people help. I've seen a lot of people not help. So I guess it just depends on your own personal experience. In my personal experience, it's destroyed. Well, maybe not like literally destroyed. Usually, the people destroy their own lives, but normally it's one of the reasons why the people that I know don't do anything important with their lives because they're just smoking all the time. That's not me saying that it can't be helpful for select people, but from my experience, every single person that I've seen use it is just a pathetic loser. So, but again, your experience might be different, and unless we get statistics on this, like on a very large scale, can't really know how well it actually does. 40% is much if there are a lot of other costs. Basically, you say, I get you 60% profits of a customer, your cost of acquiring the customer. I get you 60% profits of a customer, zero. But it's not going to be zero cost of acquiring the customer because they have to run ads. So they're still going to have a cost of acquisition. So I'm not going to run their ads for them with my own budget. Live in a tobacco town where the factory going under, lost one school, millions of dollars of equipment sitting there. I do agree that a percentage of our culture does have apathy. I think it really depends on like the people you're surrounded with. I think it'd be really hard to gauge how well it's doing without having statistics. Just join. What's up? Where, who, why? Time to smoke a joint. All right, you enjoy that, brother. New chatter in Twitch. Is that? Hey, what is that? Shag Nick. I said it slowly in case it's a Ligma joke. But hi, hi to you too. All right, cool. So, I I think this is the best option, but not for our budget. I think that this is probably better, or this. But the issue with this is you're gonna get brokies in, which is bad. So I wouldn't want to pitch that. I still think the paid trial is the best option. A paid trial with a really good pitch. Maybe you could mention the one-time offer in the pitch. Like I said, you do that. I don't know what it's called, like a reverse elevator pitch or something. I have no idea. I don't know the technical words, but when you have like the high offer of what it's worth, you explain what it's worth, and then you're like, okay, well, we actually charge less than that. Then you explain something else, and you're like, oh, well, it's actually not even that. It's not even that. And you bring them down to a very low price. You could mention that and bring them down to here that we're doing this for a short period of time. Not sure about the 750. I think it's a good marker. It's like half the cost of one client that they would get, which is pretty okay. So I think it's probably fine. Maybe the 750 trial pitch is okay. Is X API costing concerning? I thought you can't even like use X for much like AI automation stuff anymore. I remember they removed it from make.com. I don't know why though. Cannabis market is being monopolized. Is it really? By who? Wrong topic. It's not really. No, we accept the AI automation topics here. It's fine. This itchy nose, man, it's fucking killing me. It's your name. Okay, that's all right. It just looked like one of those things like that people try to trick you with. Always gotta be careful. Anyway, welcome, Mr. Nick. Okay, so yeah, we're probably gonna go with this. I think that's the best option. This into an upsell for either this or a retainer. So we'll have the landing page. We have the ads. Bring to the landing page where we have the video sales letter, which teaches them how the system works, which pitches the offer. Then we have an email nurture system, which gives them value and occasionally pitches the offer again or sends them back to the video sales letter. And the pitch is a paid trial. And then when they, um, well, the pitch is this, but if they have a huge issue with it, we try to downsell to this. And if they accept this after the 30 days is over, we pitch them this again. I think that's probably what we're gonna go with. Hey C Ed, what's up? Bring it back to the cannabis one last time. If you tried alcohol, imagine a buzz that gives you no hangover. I don't like alcohol either. So I just like being sober. I don't like the whole feeling like you're out of your mind or feeling like you can't think straight. I really value my brain. I like to constantly think through things. So I'm just not interested in the whole, you know, float away into a different reality sort of crap. But to each their own, you know. Keeps you focused. Maybe, but everybody that I've seen take it, if anything, it just makes them focused on not doing anything. Makes them focus on just laying in bed and doing fuck all. Anyway, so that's probably what we're gonna go with then. What else do we need to consider? So the school community, that's another thing that I want to do. Don't know how much effort that would take. Probably the most amount of time I'd be willing to put into it is like a day. I have somebody helping me out with that, so it'll make it speed up a little bit. So there's another monetization option. The newsletter will probably take a back seat because, I mean, it makes more sense for me to offer people to see the video sales letter than it does to bring them to the newsletter. The whole purpose of the newsletter is to have people on a list where they can be nurtured, and the video sales letter would do the same thing, but it would sell it on better. So the school community plus the VSL plus ads, ice the email campaign. I'm gonna finish out the email campaign. So we'll have school plus VSL, then plus ads. That's probably what my main method of getting clients will be. And then our offer will be this. Sorry if that was loud. Marijuana is a mixed bag. At first, laughter, hunger, abusive, too high tolerance for it. Far less caustic to society than other drugs, including alcohol. It's, yeah, you're probably right. Because alcohol makes you not do stuff, and it also makes you, like, occasionally violent. And weed doesn't really make people violent, which is a benefit. But it does make people insanely lazy, from what I've noticed. So, but in a general sense, I think you're probably right. Probably way less bad than alcohol. Okay, so that's that. That's what we're going to be doing to fix our problems. So set up the school community, run more traffic to the VSL. Although yeah, we'll run ads to the VSL. I guess this is kind of one thing because I can't pitch both. Because the way my funnel works right now from social media is I funnel everybody from every social media into YouTube, and then from YouTube, you can go into either Discord or VSL. But we'll replace Discord with school once I set up that, and then we'll run ads to the VSL. So the issue with cannabis is it can cause psychosis if you have that predisposition. Let's say I hear from a comp, alcohol leads to emission compared to pot, which is emission. An alcoholic will run a stop sign. The pothead will wait for it to turn green. Yeah, I guess. But I mean, that could also be bad in some instances, you know. Anyway, look, I'm not a I don't support drugs of any kind. So sorry, we're gonna disagree here. I'd rather if you're picking between alcohol and weed, I'd rather not. Why are we talking about drugs? I have no idea, bro. So, some dude that watches the videos time to time sells weed, so good for him. Stop getting derailed. It's fine. I mean, we're kind of finished with what I wanted to do anyway. So it's fine if people ask some questions and like we talk about more random stuff. This is kind of what I wanted to solve. I wanted to go through what our current CPL is on the email outreach and then what we could be doing instead or on top of that. So we kind of figured it out. I think I'm still going to run the main offer that I have. The main price, sorry. I know I keep saying offer, but I mean price. The offer is 5 or more new clients in 30 days. It was, or we work for free until you do, because then I could guarantee them the actual results instead of their money back. But I'm really not sure if I should do that or I should do money back. Either one should work fine, but maybe money back would be better because it's slightly lower risk, especially when you don't have social proof. The seller's from Missouri. So yeah, on top of that, we're posting reels twice a day. None of them have pitches though. Maybe I could do with an occasional pitch reel. That might be fine. Um, running the newsletter, running the video sales letter. Gonna be running ads. Email campaign will finish up this month. Yeah, that's about it. All right. Well, at this point, I guess just ask any questions. We could go through something. I don't know if anybody has anything they want to talk about or discuss. Because I kind of got through what I wanted to get through today, so took less time than I thought. Obviously, I'll have to plan out like the intricacies of everything, but the main bulk of it is done. The thought process, so it's fine. So I'll see if anybody has anything to say. If not, I guess I'll probably just cut the stream short today. Get some shit done. Some more shit done, rather. It's easier to work off camera. What's the occasion? You look kind of formal. Well, the occasion was we're doing it like this. I never did a stream standing up or we're doing this. I wanted like that more formal vibe. So that's why. Probably would have been easier to just do it at my desk, but it kind of feels fun to do it like this. I like using the whiteboard. For some reason, having like physical stuff to write on is just nicer. Feels better. So doesn't help that I have all this fucking itchy nose problems. Wish that wasn't the case. What about a professional gardening company as part of a landscaping thing? I've never seen anyone professionally install a garden. It's part of the list. Gardeners are part of the list. In landscaping, I'm including gardeners, tree removal. I think there's some landscape designers in there too. There's fencing, patios, like all sorts of stuff like that's similar. It's basically like anything that's like outdoor home remodeling. List of what? What do you mean? Did I say a list of something? Anyway, it said gardening is on the list. Oh yeah. The list of like the list of leads, the people I'm reaching out to. They're included as part of the list in landscapers. So yeah, again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. Otherwise, I'm just gonna leave it here. If anybody wants to join the Discord, feel free to. It's in the description of the streams, or if you scroll back up in chat, you can see my name. I posted it several times. If you want to join that, small community, but you can keep up with stuff, ask questions, whatever. There, you can also just DM me in private if that's what you want to do. I give it like 20 seconds or something. You know what? We could play Hangman. We played it yesterday, and that went well. Let's do a game of Hangman before we finish. Why not? Extend the stream time a little bit. People liked Hangman yesterday. So, word. I'm gonna try to think of a business word that would be hard to guess. Hmm. Be a hard business word. There's not really many. They're all quite easy. Let me draw the thing anyway. Um, do I know any obscure words? Ah, whatever. Let's just do an easy one. Actually, no, that one has too many vowels. Let's try this. I almost started writing it out on the board. That would have been catastrophic. Guess a letter. Let me make sure I spelled it right. Yes. We should keep a cheat sheet of the marketing words we learned from this. Yeah. All right, go for it. It's on a point-based system, and a person can guess a letter like every few minutes. I'll decide when people go off cooldown. And besides that, every correct letter gets 1 point, and the person who guesses the full phrase gets the remaining points of the remaining letters left. So you start guessing letters. All right. M. Is M there? No. Our man has a head now. Z. There is no Z. U. There is a U. There is a U. Uh, so, uh, uh, Gordon, you're on cooldown. If you spam the whole alphabet, obviously it's not going to work like that. Yes. When you guess correctly or incorrectly. Actually, I guess if you guess correctly, I guess you shouldn't be on cooldown. So, I think that makes sense. You get rewarded for being right. So, Elabek, you can guess a second letter. For how long? However I feel like it. It depends. There's no formal system in place. So, Elabek, go for it. You can guess another letter. Be a real G. Any of you motherfuckers that use ChatGPT, you better fucking not. I can see you doing it. Don't think I can't. I. There is an I. There's two I's. Just guess all the vowels. Yeah, I mean, that's usually the common strategy. Guess all the vowels first. You got UE already handled. You really do feel kind of like a high school teacher doing this? I kind of miss playing Hangman in school. It was kind of fun. Or just games in general. E. Uh, there is no, there is an E. Uh, Gordon. Yes. You look like one too. I don't know if I should be offended by that. S. There is no S. Sorry, brother. I don't use GPT anymore. I use omniscience. Okay. Bro is cheating. That using omniscience is a cheat, as far as I'm concerned. You're hacking. Unfair. Ellebeck is from the Shadow Realm. So itchy. So annoying. A. There is no A. Happy little man that's about to be dead. That's actually Ellebeck's cousin. We're hanging him for being a witch. B. There is no B. He has a spine now. Ellebeck. People outside of America don't know what NC is. Or maybe Gordon is from America. I don't know. What block? By the way, winner of this gets put on the board. I'll probably leave you on tomorrow. Not a super amazing reward, but whatever. Hey, success stories. What's up? You want to guess the letter? Ugh. I'd really love to take a nap right now. Nap would be good. I'm scared to guess. We're getting close. Oh, don't worry. If the guy gets hung, I don't know. I'm probably gonna let it keep going. There is an N. Actually, should I? Who guessed I? Ellebeck, was that you? Should have probably given you 2 points for that. Yes. 3-3. Still a good few letters left. Yeah, don't worry about the guy getting hung. I'll just give him a friend or something. More for show than anything. It does look like a silly word from a distance. Well, it's 2 words. Silly phrase, I guess. G. There is no G. I got no idea what this is. It's 2 words, in case the gap wasn't clear enough. It is 2 words. Maybe I didn't make it clear enough. That's my bad if that's the case. But it is 2 words. C. There is a C. Also, you can't guess a word. You have to guess the full phrase. Just so you know. Hellebeck does everything. No, it is not that. It is not continuum. And like I said, you have to guess the full phrase, so you can't just guess one word. It's a little bit more of an obscure phrase, so not even really a phrase, just two words. Ah, itchiness. Huh. Any more guesses? Getting kind of tired of standing. It's easier to sit. That's for sure. Get a hint for the second word? Yeah, it's a business word. I said it at least several times today. That's a hint. Well, you can just guess more letters. Also, you probably shouldn't have said that out loud because now if somebody gets the second word, you're cooked. Oh, yeah, see. Gordon's got the right strat. There's actually two O's. Almost there. T. There's a T. Aaron. Oh, right, there's two T's. I'm stupid. You get 2 points. Why? Yes. I think mathematically Gordon won. Yeah. You know, whoever guesses the full thing wins. Forget the points. If you guess the full word before you get the next letter, you win. I'm pulling one of those sneaky moves to keep the game. It is not order. Good guess. Nope. but you're close. Offer, correct. Aaron, it is continuity offer. Good job, you won. Congrats. Came in and stole the show from everybody. Right before the man got hung. Actually, I think I just did. I should have hanged him a while ago, but I didn't. Didn't have the heart. Aaron. Uh, uh, E R U D E. You got a little crown too. There you go. Congratulations. The field prize of my cousin got saved. That's just because of the goodness of my heart. I should have hung him a while ago. What is that? A continuity offer is basically an offer you make somebody which gives them a reason to continue to stay with you. It's, that's pretty much it. It's quite simple. Anyway, that's going to be it for today then. Thanks for watching. Happy to have you all here like usual. Stream at 3 p.m. CEST every day. So this is a bit of a different stream. We're going to go back to the usual stuff tomorrow. I just thought this would be cool to, experiment with. Anyway, yeah, that's it. Bye.